So for some reason, I watched Donnie Darko for the first time in many, many years. You're not going to believe this. You are simply not going to believe how coded this movie is, pointing to our date. Okay? Our date, obviously, March 28th. But this is the scene in Donnie Darko. Right here. A dog sacrifice. A dog with an X through its head. Okay? What does that mean? At the end of this presentation, if you don't see how important February 26th is, you dumbass. I mean, my God, February 26th is going to be off the charts. You're going to have no doubt we're looking at the date February 26th, even though that date has passed. But you're going to see why. This is the only day that they're going to show you is this 26th day, or September 26th, February 26th date, right? Connected to, obviously, Elul 26. And what was Elul 26? Elul 26 in 2024 was this Elul. That's how they hit it. They went on September 26, and they pointed you right to this day. September 26, Elul, and then the Gentile 26th day. It was our September 23rd code, Elul 26. What does Elul mean? Elul means 12, and Elul means 6, right? So if we go to this date right here, February 26 right here, when we had the Gene Hackman goat, Gene Hackman dying, along with his dog dying. On that exact day, I had weeks in advance. February 26th. What was that day? It's the 28th, right? 28th. And on this other calendar, on the Torah, it's month 12. There's your 12/28 connection of February 26th. Why did I have February 26th so far in advance? Because it's connected to this date right here, 13 days in advance, February 13th. And we know the 15th, see the 15th? And we know the 14th is Lupercalia. And Lupercalia is the sacrifice of a goat and a dog. Then the beginning scene of I Pet Go, right? And this is why you have a dog sacrifice right here with an axe through his head. Right there in the Donnie Darko. But Donnie Darko gets even crazier. And what day do we all know Donnie Darko pointed to? We all know Donnie Darko pointed to one day, and that one day is the date on his arm. That day is 12/24 and 6/28. Well, we know we're in month 6 right now, obviously. We're in month Adar 2. Adar is 12 and 6. When's 6/28? Obviously, that's March 28th. And when's 12/24? 12/24 is our exact date, October 26, 12/24. And if you saw that calendar in prior videos, the Donnie Darko calendar, the X's were cut off. The last X was right here on October 26th. Then there was no X's starting on the 23rd, and the month was October. That's exactly this calendar right here. Oct 8, right? They use this Torah calendar right here. This and his X was right here on October 26th, and it was December 24th, right? December means 10. Right? So there's your December 24th and October 26th. What does that connect to? That connects to our current month 12. We're in Adar. Adar, December means 10, right? So Donnie Darko shows that dog sacrifice, but as you'll see throughout this couple minutes, that Donnie Darko gets even nuttier. October 26th and October 3rd? Are you kidding me? October 26th, exactly on his arm, right there. October 26, 2024, 12/24. And what's the other date? It was October 3rd, October 30th. So 0 is not a number. So what month are we in here? Tishri. So let's go to our month Tishri, which was month 7, and look at October 3rd. 9. 6s are 9s. They're literally pointing to this date, the 29th. And when is the 29th? What month is this here? It's an Elul. 12/29. They're pointing you right to this date, 12/29. And when is 12/29? We know 12/29 is our date, 12/28, right? How is it 12/28? Because if you go here, our current month 12, look at the 28th. It's on the 29th. All they're doing is putting it right here. Not that hard. It's Friday afternoon or Friday night, March 28th, right there. Donnie Darko is out of control. And she says 15, right? And we know Lupercalia is on the 15th. The dog sacrifice on February 26th. And what else does she say? She says Green. Graham Greene, just like Al Green got kicked out of the Senate. Green. What is Green? Green is Ishtar If you watch the prior videos, Ishtar is associated with the color green. That's why they colored the White House green. And what does she say? 13 pages. What is 15 days? What is 13 days after February 15th? That's why I had Lupercalia, right? And we know after March 15th, 13 days later, is exactly the 28th. The date they're pointing to on Donnie Darko's arm, 6/28. 13 and 15, they love that number if you watch the prior video, right? And why do they want to tear up the world? They just want to see what happens when they tear the world apart, when they nuke the world, right? And what are we talking about? 13 and 15. And look what Trump just said. So a lot of stupid people in the world, Steve Fletcher being one of them. You're not one of them anymore. The Blue Bloods, Armageddon alert, read between the lines, monster, end of the world. Look at the timestamp, 11:15 and 13. 11:15 and 13. What day is that? 11:15. Shavat means 11 right here. 11:15, right? 11:15. Add 13 days to it. You get to right to this day. 11/28. 11/28. February 28th. And what month are we in on the lunar calendar, on the Chinese calendar? February 28th, as I showed in the last video, is March 28th on the Chinese calendar. This is the date they're pointing you to, and now they're saying end of the world nonstop with Iran. And look how many pictures they put in here. 8/8. What is the 88th day? March 29th, the 88th day. And what else did they say? They said Iran rejects talks with U.S. And look at that timestamp. 2/14, Valentine's Day. Lupra, damn, Kalia, in your flippin' face. Unless you're Steve Fletcher, you can't see anything in your face. But Lupercalia, in your face. Request rejected by Iran. And when does the war with Iran commence? The war commences exactly on 5/6/65, May 6th, right? 5/6 market collapse war coverage. And when is 5/6? 5/6, June 5th, 6/5. Most of the world writes it as 5/6. Obviously, they're going to do it backwards. It's exactly on 3/27. And when is 3/27? Exactly on March 28th. Market collapse, war coverage, 6/5 in your face. And World War III with Iran, exactly on 5/6 in your face again. And what happened on 5/6? This came out on January 7, 2020. What happened on 5/6/2020? Trump signed an executive order that they can go to war with Iran without congressional approval. This is why he said Iran's going to execute him or whatever he said, and he left a will or whatever he said to retaliate against Iran when he's gone. Completely scripted. A little too obvious, but something's going down on this May 6th date, which is obviously March 28th into 29th, late March 28th. And what countdown do they have in Donnie Darko? October 6th, 24 days remain. They gave the date October 6th, right? What else they said? 101, just like the iPetco chalkboard. How old is Grandma Death? 101, the iPetco chalkboard. And when is 101? When is 101? It's on 12/28. Elul means 12. 12/28, exactly October 1st. And what happened on October 1st, 2024? Iran hit Israel exactly on that day. October 1st, 2024. 12/28. And what happens? Iran is going to hit the new Israel, which is Babylon, USA, New York. That's why if you go to the 12 calendar, 12/28, if you go to December, when is 12/28? 12/28, month 10, 12/28, right here, is exactly going to be Christmas. Christmas at ground zero. And what happens on March 28th? And what happened in Nashville on Christmas Day? Nashville, the music died. Right, and then Bomber's name was Anthony Quinn Warner. His name was an anagram, Nuke NY, then Iran war on, exactly on March 28th into 29th, right? And this is why you got the plane crash that happened on December 29th, the Jeju Air, and then exactly on January 29th, we got the Eagle burning that we talked about. So now, as you clearly see, Donnie Darko is having a countdown to October 30th, right? And he's giving these dates, October 10th. What was October 10th? It's Yom Kippur, right? October 10th is Yom Kippur. What's October 6th? October 6th was obviously the Feast of Trumpets. And then October 10th was Yom Kippur. And what does he talk about? The DeLorean. the DeLorean, 88 miles an hour in Donnie Darko. And she died when she was 8 and she crawled underneath. So 8, the great 8 day that Jonathan Cahn talks about. It's all right here. And look at this. It's been a disappointing night indeed for these Super Bowl champions. Who just lost the Super Bowl? Who just lost the damn Super Bowl? The defending Super Bowl champions. They were called the Chiefs. And what is that? That's a redskin, like a chief. So a redskin just lost. It's the Super Bowl champions just lost the Super Bowl? How scripted. Look at the numbers, 22-25. Let's check that out. What date are we looking at? We are looking at Christmas, right? On December 28th, the 25. So what is this Christmas? What was Christmas 2024? Exactly 22 and 25. The number on their jerseys, matching Christmas of 2024. And when is Christmas? Christmas is exactly on 12/28. And what date is it on March 28th? Well, March 28th, as you can clearly see, is a DAR 28, 12/28, 12-28, and the Super Bowl defending Super Bowl champions just lost, and they were called the Chiefs, just like Redskins, which is a form of Indians, and Donnie Darko. Are you kidding me? Are you flipping kidding me? Everything is pointing to this day, February 26th. And why? Because February 26th is this Lupercalia connection. Valentine's Day. That's why you got hearts on the iPad Go damn chalkboard. It's all about February 26th, the dog sacrifice in Donnie Darko, and a dog was sacrificed along with a goat on that exact day with the Gene Hackman ritual. Are you kidding me right now? Unbelievable. Drop the mic on that, on Steve Fletcher's face for being a retard and not telling us any of this since 2015. Why is he so stupid? Because he's watching this since 2015 and he can't figure out these calendars. It's not in the sun, not the moon, not the stronger coordinates. It's right damn here. How the hell did I know September 26th so far in advance? How the hell did I know October 7th a month in advance? Because it's in the calendars. It's all in the damn calendars. If you want to know dates, look at calendars. If you want to know a bunch of nonsense, gibberish, Steve Fletcher, Fletchtard shit, then look at Steve Fletcher. He's a complete imbecile. It's right here. And look at this date. October 18th. What is 10/18? 12/18. If you go back and look at the calendar, 12/18 is exactly 12/21. 12/18, back on 12/18, December 18th, they crashed the markets with a Fed announcement. Why? If you look at September 18th, it's the 21st, right? The 21st. And look at this date. He's playing a game, and look at the date in the game, 2/28. The exact March 28 date on the lunar calendar is 2/28. Exactly the date in this game. Give me a break. They're showing you the 28. You have to pause it and check it out. Okay, the Evil Dead, the Last Temptation of Christ, and this is before he burns down the house, right? And look at this date. Are you kidding me? If you don't understand this part, unsubscribe. Never look at this again. October 24th. October damn 24th. The exact thing on his arm we just talked about. Look, it says 12/24 on his arm. And what's December means 10. And if you go to this calendar, October, right here, 10/24, October damn 24th. And look what October 24th was in 2024. It was the grade 8 day. All they're doing is playing this 22 right here. This 22 on October 24th is right here, and this is the exact day that Israel hit Iran. This is the exact damn day we had in advance that Israel hit Iran. And why did Trump say 7/11 is 9/11? Because the 21st right here, all you do is you go to the 21st, look at that. Tishri means 1 and 7, 1, right? 9/11, 7/11, exactly on October 21st. So the next day to watch after October 26th is October 21st. Nothing happened that day, but they did it on this 21st. Right here on the Friday night, Israel hit Iran. It was the 25th here and the 26th there. You understand how important this is. He said October 24th in Donnie Darko. They're damn using the year 2024. We're still in 2024 until March 31st. March 28th is our day. And this is why this calendar, Donnie Darko, matches exactly on our October calendar in 2024 to the Torah. Obviously, they're going to use the Torah because the Gentiles are not smart enough to look at the Torah, the real biblical calendar, because they're retarded, dumbed down like little damn monkeys, okay? Like Steve Fletcher, dumb as hell. They're not smart enough to look at this. This exactly only matches in 2024 in the month of October on the Jewish calendar, 8 right here. So the new world starts on Sunday. On Sunday, that would be March 30th, is when the new world begins. The last X on the calendar is this 22nd, right? And the 22nd matches the calendar. When is this day? This is precisely connected to our March 29th date, but it starts here on March 28th is when it begins, right? And look, this calendar actually matches our March calendar that we're in right now. March 28th is a Friday, you see? That's where it matches. And that's why on this calendar you got a bunny, and they showed this calendar in the movie not showing the entire thing. I had to Google. That last little clip you saw was the entire thing. This is what they showed, and it stops on the 15th on this little section. This is why I screenshot this from the movie. It stops on the 15th. That's the exact Lupercalia date, and there's a rabbit. Listen to that again. It stops on the 15th, and they show a rabbit. When is Lupercalia? Lupercalia is the dog and goat ritual right there on the 15th. Get out of town. And it says it's Friday. Shouldn't you be off with your friends instead of scaring old people? Cellar door. It's Friday. It's Friday. And what is March 28th? It's Friday. And look at that. October 29th is the next day they show. We know. So obviously they're not going to do it on the 29th. They're going to do it on the 28th. And then this is when the plane engine falls. Right there. And Trump says something's going to happen very soon between the lines. Something's going to happen very soon. And look at that timestamp. Exactly 9/21. 9/2-1. And look at that. When they screenshot that 11:03. When they started playing that video, 11:03. That was a screenshot on this article. So 9/21 and 11:03. Get out of town. When's 11:03? 3/11. When the pandemic started, what was that date? It was the 15th. Add 13 days to it, and bada bang, bada boom. 9/21. When is 9/21? 9/21 is exactly this date. 9/25. You see? 9/21, September 21, the 25th. All we do is we go to the 25th down here, and there's your 28-29 connection. This the very last 12 on the calendar. There is no more Adar. The Adar is over. 12 is over, and the new year begins, right? So they're going to bring it on Christmas, and Christmas is exactly on this 28th date. This is why you'll never forget where you're standing on September 24th and all the doomsday stuff right here. And why are they showing you the 21st night of September? They're just taking the 25th and putting right here. Everything is the 28th and 29th. So you'll never forget where you're standing on this date on Elul 24, because we are in Elul on this calendar. So all they're doing is taking this 28 and putting it here, right here. And look at Elul 28. Look at the 28. 12/28 is 12/25, Christmas. And with all this Iran stuff coming out now, February 17th in the caption of that article, and February 17th, the second month, 17th day, when the flood began, right there, 17th day, second month, 2/17. Trump's war with Iran over nuclear weapons, right here, Pi Day, 3/14, Lupercalia. You add 13 days to it, right? 13 damn days. And when did Barbie release? Barbie released on July 21st. 2023. And if you go to July 21st on the 2023 calendar, that date is the 3rd, 5/3. And what is 5/3? 5/3 is the exact date that we're looking at, right? 3/5. 3/5. That's when Barbie released, March 5th, when Trump said final warning on 3/5. We go to the 3/5 calendar. What is that? Israel's birthday? All they're using is this 5 down here, like we said in the last video. 3/27. Right? 3/5 is when Barbie released. And look at this. See the little 13 hidden? The hidden 13, just like the McDonald's logo is a 13. The old Microsoft logo is a 13. BMO Harris Bank is a 13. They hide the 13. They're telling you the Julian. If you add Julian to Lupercalia, from February 15th, Lupercalia, add the Julian. It's right there. That's why the pandemic started on the 15th. March 11th was the 15th of Adar, right? The 15th, all they're doing is they're doing 13 days later on 12/28. And what are the odds that Barbie released on 5/3, July 21st, right? 7/21 on that calendar. I just showed you 7/21 was the 25th, right? 7/21. All you do is go to the other 21st, which is the 25th, the 28th. Look, I'll show you one more time. You go to the 21st night of September, right? See 7 up there? 21st night of September, right before it, right when Israel got hit, exactly on the 21st, right? And then you go to the 25th right here. What is that date? The 28th and 29th. This is why you'll never forget where you're standing on September 24th. Barbie released right there, and it was that 3-5 connection I just showed you. That 3-5 connection was back in 2023 when Barbie and Oppenheimer released, exactly when Trump said final warning, 327, with a hidden 13 right in the damn logo. And what did Grandma Death tell Donnie Darko? Roberto Spur whispers, every living creature dies alone. She whispers to Donnie Darko, we are going to die alone on March 28th into 29th. Every living creature on this earth dies alone. You saw earlier that Oppenheimer Barbie released on 5/3, July 21st. Look what Anna says when it released in Japan, March 29th, right? And then look at this comment by Brad. 187 days since the Revelation 12 sign, 7 years, 187. 187 days are mentioned in Esther, right? Check this out. Kanjan uploads a video a day ago talking about Purim and the connection to the Antichrist. And when did the pandemic begin? The pandemic began exactly on March 11th, Adar 15, Shushan Purim. Obviously, it was a leap year in 2020, right? There was 2 Adars in 2020. See 2020 up there? March 11, 2020. It was Adar 1315. 1315. When do you think they circled back? This is why they kept saying circle back. Ring out the bells again like we did when spring began. Right here, 1315. All they're going to do is add 13 days to it from Shushan Purim, the holiday of Esther, the connection to the Antichrist, Shushan Purim. What's Purim and Shushan Purim? Well, Shushan Purim is when you celebrate Purim in Jerusalem, the city of walls. So if you're surrounded by walls, you celebrate Purim on Shushan Purim. And all you add is 13 days to it, connected to Esther. And what is it? Haman. Haman is the spirit of the Antichrist. Kanjan just uploaded a video about it. They're bringing this thing on the 28th, the circle back ritual, 15th, the Shushan Purim on the Hebrew calendar. Right there. Yes, circle back. Adar 15. And here we are, 13 days later. Circle back.
Circle back, circle back. I hate to disappoint you. Circle back, circle back. That's an excellent question. Circle back, circle back. I hate to disappoint you, but we will venture to circle back with all of you.
Think cocaine or not? What do you think?
This is such a good question. I have not had the opportunity to dig into that. I'll circle back.
It was a massive dump. To this day, everyone's trying to figure out where did it come from.
I'm not aware of anything, but we'll circle back.
This uncircumcised Philistine, who does he think he is?
As a mom myself, I want to know all the details. I have to circle back.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
I will venture to get you an answer on that, and maybe we can talk about it, and you'll circle back. I will have to circle back on that one. Circle back, but we'll circle back. Circle back. But I will have to circle back with you. Circle back. Let me give you a very specific example. I'll circle.
1989. Panama is a friendly country. I went down there and talked to the president of Panama about cleaning up their money laundering. And Mr. Noriega was...
Now all the news is talking about the markets crashing. The markets are crashing, right? Guys, do you really think, do you believe the news? Do you believe mainstream media? Or do you believe Pet Goat market collapse war coverage? What are they going to do? This right here, this line was back on August 5th. Look what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Why did I count that out? These are daily candles, 12 candles. All they need is 12 days. So they're bringing the markets down, right? And look where all the buyers are at. The buyers are sitting right around here, this green bar, this green area. The buyers are sitting right here. So they're not going to crash the markets before they start the war coverage. The Fed meeting is on March 19th. What they're going to do, exactly like you just saw, 10 days before our date, 9 days before our date, March 28th, they're going to the Fed's going to come out, whether they reduce rates or not, they're going to come out and say something dovish to bring the markets back up, right? And this is going to be a short squeeze because everyone is on one side of the trade. They're emotionally screwing with these monkeys, right? Market's crashing, market's crashing. No, they're bringing this market down. And in my opinion, according to IPEC GOAT, market collapse war coverage doesn't happen until March 28th, right? So what they're going to do with this Fed meeting on March 19th is, in my opinion, juice this thing back up to at least this 50-day moving average, the 520 level, what have you. And as you just saw, it took 12 days, and we have 9 or 10 days after that March 19th meeting. So they may bring the market up a little tiny bit up to this 200-day moving average over the next few days to this white line, and then bring it up higher. I don't see this thing crashing before IPEC GOAT says it's going to crash, and IPEC GOAT says it's going to crash on 5/6/65. And when is that? As you just saw, it's on March 28th. They're going to bring this puppy back up. If we're right about March 28th, you're going to see the NASDAQ, and here's the S&P 500. I don't really look at, but here's the S&P 500 sitting right here, and they're going to bring this puppy right back up. It's only 1 or 2, 3 candles below the 200-day moving average. They're going to bring this puppy right back up to the 600 zone before we get to our March 28 date, in my humble opinion. So this market crash BS is all gibberish. Everyone's in the, if you look at the fear greed index, it's an extreme fear. 15, ironically, 15 as of today, March 11th. 15 is where it's at. I am assuming, I'm betting, I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm thinking this thing gets to over 50 between the neutral and the greed area before we get to March 28th. So let's watch this fear greed indicator as we approach our March 28th date. If everyone's on the extreme fear side, they're going to juice this thing back up because IPEC GOAT says it's not going to collapse until the 28th. So we'll keep an eye on this thing. If this thing gets to neutral, when we get to by the time we get to our March 28th date or above, then you know they're going to pull it on that day. And the Fed meeting is going to be the catalyst to bring this thing back up for the 9 days. And all the monkeys are in fear mode, and they're going to be in greed mode pretty soon. They're not going to collapse this thing beforehand.
Look at me.